Hello everyone, this is Gautam from Shailaja IS. In this video, we'll look to the India's Ozempic movement. Now, Ozempic, what is this Ozempic? Ozempic is actually a name of a tablet which contains an important chemical formulation called as your semaglutide. Yeah, this is a semaglutide. And this Ozempic drug is actually used in your diabetes management. People are also using it for weight loss. So, now why this is in news? Primarily because Ozempic is a brand name, but the underlying chemical is your semaglutide. And this semaglutide patent, which was held by a Denmark company called as Novo Nordisk, Novo Nordisk. It is a 100-year-old pharmaceutical company based out in Denmark or headquartered in Denmark. It had held a patent from 2006 and it got expired on March 20th, 2026. And that expiry of the patent is now allowing or opening the market for a more affordable generic versions. Earlier, if you're having a patent means everyone knows what is the chemical formulation of that particular drug. The other person cannot copy it. Now, once that patent is expired, other person can easily copy it and sell it in the market. So they were given exclusive rights for this particular drug formulations, which was sold under the brand name of Ozempic for a period of 20 years. Okay. Now, why I'm saying that it is a Ozempic revolution is primarily because nearly 1 in 8 Americans use that Ozempic drug either for diabetes management or for your weight loss. Okay, and a similar kind of a scenario can unfold in India because of this patent expiry. Because patent expiry is now allowing others also to manufacture a similar drug. Earlier, the branded drug was costing very much. Now, the generic version of the copied versions can be sold at a much more cheaper manner. Similar to what we witness in your academic circle. Suppose if you want to write a book, the original publisher is going to pay some lakhs of rupees to the content maker and get the rights of that book and sell it in the market. But what this photocopier is doing, the same book, he is photocopying it or xeroxing it and getting it at a fraction of the cost. Right? So, and it is undercutting the market for the original publisher. So, but in the case of drugs, that photocopying was banned. You could not photocopy the chemical that was exclusively given to the Novo Nordisk pharmaceutical company. Now, that exclusive rights is finished. Now, what will happen? Every other drug manufacturer is going to photocopy it, or it is going to make generic versions or the photocopy versions of the same drug, and they're going to sell it at a much more fraction of a cost in the market. Right? So in this video, we'll try and understand what are the therapeutic benefits of this semaglutide. We'll try and understand the health risk associated with it. We'll try and understand what are the significance of this patent expiry. Are there going to be only positive significance, or are there also going to be some concerns associated with your patent expiry? And finally, we will try and understand what measures India needs to take in order to safeguard the usage of such drugs, or in order to make sure that the misuse is less. Right? So let us begin with the therapeutic benefits of your semaglutide chemical. It belongs to a class of drugs called as GLP-1 class of drugs. So more often when you come across in newspapers, it is going to be like GLP-1 class of drugs. Now these class of drugs are mimicking your gut hormone. Whatever is your gut, let's your small intestine, stomach and the entire gut, it is mimicking that hormone. So whenever you take this class of drugs, it sends a signal to the brain of the fullness. So you take a drug and you will no more feel hungry. You will lose your appetite or you will reduce your appetite. And that will help you in your glucose management, that will help you in your weight loss management. Okay. Right. And as I already told you, 1 in 8 Americans are currently using your Ozempic drug or GLP class 1 drugs. And these drugs is not wrong. In fact, it is having very good therapeutic benefits. As I already told you, it is a very useful thing in diabetes management because it is going to control your hunger. It is going to help it controls your blood glucose level also. Right. And it has shown to provide benefits of cardiovascular protection also, trying to keep your heart health in a good condition. And the latest studies have shown it reduces the risk of fatty liver disease, kidney diseases, and other things. And as I already told you, it is also used as a weight loss drug. Okay, because what it is the underlying function is what? See, when you eat a food, and when the stomach is full, it releases a certain chemicals or hormones, which sends a signal to the brain, okay, I am now full. Now, what this drug is trying to do is that even without taking the food, it is just going to release that message that I am full. So your brain perceives that I am full and you no more feel like eating. Right? Hunger is basically a biological function, but it is also having a neurological connect to your brain. So it is bypassing this biological thing and sending directly a message to the brain that I am full. So your appetite or hunger is no more going to be there, or it is going to be reduced to a great extent, right? So see, that is correct that it is going to help you in your diabetes management. And this patent expiry is very much useful for India. Why? Because we are nearly having 90 million people with diabetes in India right now. That is around 9 crore people. And the number is going to double in the next by 2050. So we will be close to having 20 crore people suffering from diabetes by 2050. So access to good drugs is very important. Okay, and if this drug is genuinely helping diabetes management, it is good that we are able to get these drugs at a much more affordable prices. Okay. Now, if you ask me what are the affordable prices, see, earlier per month this Ozempic drug used to cost around 10,000 to 15,000, right? But now, since it is now being allowed for a pharmaceutical industry to manufacture it without paying any royalty to the original owner, they are going to drastically reduce the cost by more or less 90%. So it will be now costing you around 1,000 to 1,500 rupees per month. So earlier, it was primarily, you can say, accessed by most of your celebrities. Okay, I think there are some rumors that your Karan Johar, who has gone for a drastic weight loss, was using this Ozempic drug. But it is a rumor. No one knows for sure. Right? So many of your Bollywood celebrities use this drug in order to cut their weight. Right? See, the purpose is dual over here. Actually, it was formulated for diabetic management, but it is used for your weight loss purpose. Right? So from a diabetic management perspective, the cost is going to be reduced and therefore it is a good drug. Right? Also, from a market opportunity perspective, your Indian manufacturers can manufacture such drugs at a optimal cost or a cost-effective prices and sell it not just in India but across the world. Right? So India is known as the factory of generic medicines. Generic medicines means those medicines which are not having any patents by the parent company. And those medicines can be easily replicated by any manufacturer provided they maintain certain quality standards. It is not like that I know the formulation and I manufacture it and sell it. I can manufacture it easily. I need to get certain approvals from your drug regulatory authorities. Right? So that opens an immense market opportunity in India, which is estimated to be around 4,500 to 5,000 crore rupees in India. Obviously, it is going to flow back to your companies and the broader economy. It also provides opportunity for India to export these drugs to other markets. Okay. Is it only the good aspects of this drug, or are we having certain risk associated with your GLP-1 drugs? Okay, side effects obviously, like any other medicines, it is also having side effects like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and constipation. It is also saying that there is a muscle loss risk associated with the continued or sustained usage of this drug. There's going to be muscle loss. Another big concern is that the rebound weight gain. The moment you stop using it, you're going to regain your weight. And that hooks you up to keep using this drug for a long period of time. So one of the major concern is this rebound weight gain aspect of it. Now the social risk associated with this drug is it can be used for your cosmetic misuse, for your cosmetic purposes. In the sense, there was this Times of India editorial which had actually talked about this Ozempic revolution, and it made a very interesting point, saying that nowadays when a girl is generally in Indian society, when a girl is supposed to get married, she wants to look slim, she wants to look beautiful. There is social pressure for her to look beautiful and slim. And generally she undertakes various activities like going for a gym, controlling her diet, joining fitness classes, joining gym classes, so on and so forth. Now, there is now a shortcut available through the easy affordability of your GLP-1 class drugs, GLP-1 drugs, or these medicines. Now, what is going to happen? The Shadi preparation entire segment is going to undertake a shift, whereby it is your prospective young brides, especially from your middle urban areas, middle class sections of society, where there is a social pressure of looking a certain size. They will have a easy accessibility to this weight loss drugs. The benefit of it is what? The diabetes management. But it is used for a weight loss management so as to conform to social norms, no social prescriptions. So that is one of the very interesting arguments which your Times of India editorial had made. And I felt it's a valid argument. You can see I'm sure that in the next 10 years, there's going to be a drastic shift in the usage of these Ozempic drugs. Because when people get to see this, that it's convenient, it's accessible, it's legal, it's having therapeutic benefits, why will they not use it? Right? So there is going to be this particular big social risk where it is further entrenching the behavior that a girl has to look a certain shape and size, which is in fact wrong. Right? You do it for your own health and physical fitness. You should not do it because you want to get societal approvals for one particular event. Right? So that is the risk or the social risk associated with this patent expiry. Right? Also, there are other risks like unregulated prescribing or over-the-counter access. Right now, if you want to get paracetamol, you don't have to get any prescription from the doctor. You can go easily to a chemist and ask for paracetamol, it gives you paracetamol. There is a possibility that these kinds of drugs will be available over the counter, or the prescribing of these drugs by the doctors is going to be unregulated. Okay. So, and there's also going to be concerns about the quality in the generic manufacturing processes. Okay. So, there will be now multiple manufacturers who will be producing the same drug under different names, and there might be possibilities of unevenness in the quality of a drug. Right. So, these are all some of the risks that are associated with the drug itself. So what should be the precautions or the measures which the government needs to take? First and foremost thing, for unregulated prescription, you have to make sure that the doctors are trained adequately when prescribing such medicines. Second thing, in order to prevent over-the-counter selling of these drugs, a strict pharmacovigilance system has to be established. Right? And it has to be clearly said that it is a prescription-only drugs. That strict enforcement has to be there. Thus, these drugs or these medicines are only available on prescription. Right? Fourth thing is that quality control of generics needs to be put in place, and it should not be compromised at all. Okay? And finally, they have to avoid direct to consumer marketing, because some of these medicines or drugs, you can see that some of the products, medical products, are directly marketed to the consumers. Some of these, for example, sexual wellness products are directly marketed to the consumers. There is no strict regulations around it. So in such a situation, we have to make sure that direct to consumer product marketing is restricted. Okay, so these are all some of the measures which we need to take. The possibility of this being asked directly in a mains paper is low, but if you know the social angle associated with it, you can somehow effectively use it in your essay answers of how your advancement in medical technology is also misused for your social norms for a woman. Right? So that angle you can use it. I found this dimension of the angle itself very interesting, and that's the reason I picked up this topic and told you a detail about it. So if you have any doubts, you can call to me on this number, or you can email to me on this email ID. Thank you and all the very best.